Welcome to Faith in 5, a weekly video devotional designed to discuss practical spiritual concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mark Vandellen. When I was younger, I used to have this thing in my house called the swear jar. It was implemented because I happened to have a little bit of a potty mouth. And I remember that the swear jar, it didn't last long because what I would do is I would go on the hunt for loose change. So I would search the couch cushions, and if I found a dime, then I would look my parents straight in the eye and I would swear. And then I'd walk over and I'd put that dime in the swear jar. And so I remember my mom referring to me as, how she would say, a stinker, right? And I did this kind of stuff all the time. I don't know why, I just thought it was fun. And in my brain, it was just me being creative, I guess. I remember as a kid too, we'd be in the store and I would smack myself in the face, and then I would act like my mom hit me. And I would joke around and be like, "Mom, don't do that again." And then she would get angry and want to like grab me and say, "Mark, but she couldn't, because then I would say, "Don't hit me again." And my brother and I would just giggle and laugh. And I know that's awful. Like, it sounds horrible. I was just one of those kids. And so it's just, it's unique because as we consider the commandments, the first 4 commandments, right? The first 3 for sure are about our relationship with God. The middle one is kind of that bridge commandment. And then the numbers 5 through 10 are all about how we interact with other people, respecting other people and honoring other people. And so the 5th one is honor your mother and father. And in doing so, you will benefit in this land that I have promised you. And so God's essentially saying, respect your elders. Honor your mother and father, and then this land, the promised land that you're all in search of, if you do that, all will be in order, so to speak. So God's he's creating an order of sorts, basically saying, look, you don't have it all figured out. There are people who have gone before you, and you should honor them. They might have something to say, they might have something to offer you, and also they brought you into this world, so honor them. And do so because I also brought you into this world, right? A lot of the things that when God talks about honoring other people, he talks about doing that because of what I've done in your life. And so he's essentially creating this relationship between, we can learn from the people who have brought us into this world, who have raised us. Now, I want to take a moment and just acknowledge that we live in a broken world. We are very far from when things were perfect, and I know that not all of our parents deserve or earn respect, so to speak. But we can still honor them by just realizing that they brought us into this world. The other thing that we should consider is when God says that in doing so, it will set an order so that when we move into this new land, we will prosper. And so I think we can also consider mentors, right? If you're a person whose parents aren't a part of your life and haven't been something that you really want to spend time honoring, then I think God's really saying, look, if we create this order, we should be following somebody. We should be looking for people who are living the way that I've asked them to live, and then you can influence and benefit from that. So I would challenge you as you figure out what does the 5th commandment mean in your life? How does it have any bearing on my life today, and how do I live that out? I would consider your direct parents, your family. How have you interacted with them lately? Have you told them? Every parent wants to know that they did a good job. And have you told them lately that you're thankful for what they've done and the lessons they've taught you, or just at the very basic, for bringing you into this world, for giving you an opportunity to live this life? But if it's not your parents, or even if it is, also consider, who are you currently following? God wants us to be humble. He wants us to honor other people, and in doing so, he wants us to follow other people who are following him. And so consider those 2 things. How can you communicate to your parents, thank you, I love you, I honor you, and you brought me into this world? But secondly, how can you figure out, or ask yourself, who are you following that help you lead towards God, that point you towards God, so that you could continue to do that for somebody else? Thanks for tuning in. If you want to follow us each week, click here to subscribe. And if you want to take it a little bit further, click here for discussion materials.